Oh, yeah, 4. So the first lesson this week is about how we can multiply 3 numbers together. Again, this is a recap of something we've done previously in the year, but it's something that if we recap now, it makes it our lives easier when we come into year 5. So let's first have a look at how we can show why timesing by 3 numbers works, what it means, and how that's going to help us when we have to solve problems. So what we've got here is a quick question. And the question is to fill in the blanks which are here. And we've got 2 arrays that are being shown. And we need to split it down, but these 2 arrays actually shows us being able to times 3 numbers together, and I'll show you how. So first off, we have to look at what one array shows us. And what one array shows us is that we have 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, of 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this array is 3 times 6. And if we have a look at that, we have 6 there, another 6, another 6, 3 lots of 6, which is 18. So one array is 3 times 6. And the answer to that is 18. But how many of that same array do we have? We have one here, and we have another one here. So we have 2 of those arrays. So one array is 3 times 6. We have 2 of that same array. So the multiplication that is being shown is 3 times 6, and we have 2 lots of that. So it's timesing it by 2. Now, this is a really important thing because it doesn't actually matter which way round we do it. So in this case, we have 3 times 6, which is 18. We're timesing that by 2, and we get 36. We can check that, make sure we're happy with that. We've got, you can split this down, we've got 10 and 8. We've got 2 lots of 10 and 8. So 2 lots of 10 is 20, 2 lots of 8 is 16. Put both of those parts together and we get 36. So we know our answer is right. But we can do it in a different way, and it doesn't matter which way around we do it. So if we put down here, we are doing 6 times 3 times 2. And we're saying our total is 36. And we can always check that. We can count how many actual counters we have up here. Let's do that quickly just to make sure we're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we know our answer is right. But what we need to know is whether or not we always have to do it in the same order. So let's have a look. What other orders could we have done it in? So what we're going to do is we're going to draw our own array. And we're going to change the order we're going to do it in. Rather than 6 times 3 or 3 times 6, we're going to do 3 and 2 first and then do it 6 times. So the first thing we want is to sort out our first array. And our first array looks like that. 2 lots of 3. So in total, we have 6. And we want 6 of them. Yeah. So I could continue to count my arrays, each one being 6. So in total, I would have 1 lot of 6. I would have another lot, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could draw them all out. But as you can see here, I have 6 lots of 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So it doesn't matter the order in which we do our time multiplication when we're multiplying 3 numbers together. So we might as well pick the way that is easiest for us. And the way that is always easiest for us is do the hardest multiplication first, leave the easiest for last, because then you only have to times a big number by a small number. Okay, here are some questions for you to have a go at. You can use counters, you can use a pictorial representation, or you can just do them mentally if you like. Entirely up to you the way you go about it. Have a go, and then I'll go through the answers with you. Okay, so let's go through the answers for the questions we've had here. The first one is 2 times 3 times 2. Now, there's multiple ways of doing this. We could do it using an array like we've seen before, or we could use our knowledge of our times tables to help us out. Now, it doesn't matter which way round we do it. We can do the first two, we can do 2 times 3 first if we wanted to. So we can do 2 times 3, which is 6, and then we can times by 2. And our answer is 12. To check whether or not this works in the other way, we could also do 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then we need to times that by the 3. So 2 times 3, so 4 times 3, because we take the answer, 4 times 3 is 12. In both cases, we get the same answer. So the answer to this question is 12. Moving on. Now, the trick here is to try and make it so you do the hardest multiplication first, and then you do the easiest one. So in this case, we've got 6 times 3 times 2. The hardest two numbers are 6 and 3. So I times those two together. 6 times 3 is 18. Finish off by timesing 2. 18 times 2 is 36. So our answer is 36. The next one, we've got 7 times 5 times 2. Again, the two harder ones are 7 times 5. So I times those two together. 7 times 5 is 35, and I times that by 2. 35 times 2 is 70, so our answer is 70. Next one down here, we're timesing 4 times 4 times 4. There's not an easier way to sort this out. So in this case, you just do 4 times 4, which is 16, and then you times that by 4. And the easiest way to times by 4 is to double, then double again. So you take 16, and you times it by 2, and that's 10 times 2, which is 20, plus 6 times 2, which is 12. So the answer is 32. Then you take 32, times that by 2. 2 lots of 30 is 60, and 2 lots of 2 is 4. So our answer is 64. Final one down here, we've got 5 times 2 times 4. Now we could do 5 times 2 and then times it by 4, but it's not the easiest way to do it. I would take the two hard ones. I'd take 5 and 4. I would do 5 times 4 first, which is 20, and then times it by what's left over, which is your 2. So we've done those two there. We're left with the timesing by 2. Do 20 times 2, which is 40. And we'll put that as our answer. So finally for this lesson, we have our questions for you to try yourself. These are all using the similar idea, just to go back through it, have a go, see what you can do, and we'll see you in the next video.